My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Mods Drain 2. Luna covered and working. Oh, with Phase Blessing in the base deck as well? Hell yeah. Not only is that a Rejuvenate trigger, it's also armor. Pyroventure is going to manage all of our card draw for us. We've got Flesh Weaver and Strict and Hallow. Yay! These are my favorite kinds of runs. Seraphitern is chosen for Savagery, and we've got a Sweep Unit in the base deck, so I already know how I'm going to combine those two. Wildwood Sap gives regen 4 and 4 health to a unit as well. Alright. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Ooh. Bloating Fungus. Regen stores an additional health per stack. Regen... This artifact doesn't make any sense to me now. You don't really lose characters from slow attrition. I guess this extends the viability of regen in relentless phases directly against a boss, but usually it's just you failed to kill the massive enemies and they get past you and kill you. Regen doesn't really change that much. I like Jackstrips because it helps trivialize a huge amount of enemy challenges. Also, Jackstrips, piercing damage whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. Against Flesh Weaver, that's going to carve off flesh. Give me the Jackstrips. Ooh. I don't like having Battleborn. Having to worry about the permanent Slay Conduits on a single unit. Ugh. Do I want Shadowcast instead? I mean, it gives me a frontline unit, but also the Husk Hermit already is a frontline unit. I'm regrettably going to take Battleborn. Enemy units Tyranny floor at the start of the battle is nice because I get to kill him. Let's go Husk Hermit on done, then Shield Steward, Shield Steward. So my goal is to get the ability to kill this fallen champion with a hit of Husk and then Ardun. Moon Ritual, Moon Ritual, Moon Ritual. Lower its health additionally on the bottom line. Let's get a Restore in here for some regen and Phase Blessing. Jackstrip's got me. Perfect. Couple Moon Rituals, Wildwood Sap. Phase Blessing to shore up our health pool a bit better. Unfortunately, with this line, I'm not going to be able to slay anyone. Yeah, just courtesy of them not even getting up to here. I thought there were going to be more of those frontliners. Oh well. Come on. Yeah! Ardun got the sleigh! Woo! Another conduit. Celestial Storm, Silver Strike, Bloody Moon. With Sweep available from Husk Hermit, I'm more likely, and also Sweep available from Jackstrips, I'm more likely to care about large frontline units, so Silver Strike makes a lot more sense in that world. There's also Bloody Moon to just hit the right unit at the right time. Silver Strike loses a lot of value very, very quick in this run. I think I can take it for the start. Restoration Detonation. Restore 15 health to a friendly unit, then deal damage equal to 5 times that amount to the enemy frontline. Not bad. Good way to restore health on a Hollow. Merchant of Steel, Awoken, Merchant of Magic, Luna Coven. So I am probably going to get possibly a Hollow unit and run a second line with it. Razor Sharp Edge, really good damage scaling as well. Hard to ignore the possibility that could be relevant. That said, long term, is it good enough damage scaling? No, not by a long shot. Give me a Restoration Detonation at the moment. Again, coming back to the idea of big frontline enemies being the huge problem for us. Titanite and Smidgestone. Come on, gimme. That's exactly what I was looking for. Just a holo. Holo. Awoken Holo, 1 Ember, 1 Size in a moment. Summon, gain 60 max health on Rejuvenate, which is any healing trigger. Cultivate 3, which is give the lowest health friendly unit on the floor, plus 3 damage and plus 3 health. I'm honestly comfortable putting that behind the Husk Hermit and just letting them go. Do I Titanite the Husk Hermit? See, the thing about the Husk Hermit is it gets its damage on revenge, but also it will eventually want to be attacking it quick for the sake of sweeps. It kind of does need Titanite, but it also wants quick. And as soon as it gets quick, it doesn't care about Titanite at all. It's now just put it in the back line. It now sweeps at the right speed. That's enough. No, it's got to be the Awoken Holo, Titanite, and Mini Stone, please. I'm going to give the plus 14 damage straight up to the Husk Hermit as well, just so that it's ready. -1 energy per turn. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Big damage. Sadly not going to be taking down a Flagellant here. Yay! That's another sleigh for us. Whoa! Come on, get this one. Oh! Get him! Battleborn! This is a very familiar decision. Maybe Starstruck, just so I have the ability to daze a boss at the right time as well. Oh, I'm happy to take a single spike straight over a unit. If I've got a frontline unit that's ready to wear it, higher shards, at least the first copy of it, it's more than worthwhile. Mission bombs. With base blessings in the deck and a higher shards, yeah, we have some targets for things a Merchant of Magic can do. I could also just equip the Husk Hermit with the right thing. Iron Tongue gives sweep to a unit. That's a way for Ardoun to collect so many conduits. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do it that way for a while. Boiler Room is also going to be really good for us. I'll make Iron Tongue deployable, though. Celestial Outco first, then Energy after. Dominating Authority on summon a random copy of a minion from your deck. I mean, I could get the Awoken Holo to summon a unit from the deck. Melee weakness 1 and spell weakness 1 added on strike. The Husk Hermit isn't attacking at quick speed already, so I don't really want to give it, plus 10 damage and strike to apply corruption or anything like that. Alright, give me Dominating Authority on Awoken Hollow. It's currently doing nothing, but maybe later, when I get like a Channeler or something in the deck, I can summon the Channeler immediately on turn 1, and that could be relevant. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I shouldn't do it in that order, but there we go, that'll work. Got Dominion's Eye on the bottom line, then Restoration Detonation's giant damage. Boiler Room Restoration Detonation takes out an enemy, so I get my energy back. Then Silver Strike will set up a second enemy to die. I can't give Pyre Shards because that will take away the slays from Arduin now. So it's Wildwood Sap, Moon Ritual, Restore, Phase Blessing, drop the Vengeful Shard. Actually, I'll put the Pyre Shards on the second floor. Saves me some damage right there at the moment. Yeah, with all this additional energy, I'm hoping I have the ability to keep the second line comfy, and I do. Got to Calcified Ember. I mean, Phase Blessing is so important. And this Flesh Weaver has a lot of mass on him. I really thought we were doing a lot better than that. Unfortunately, Arduin gets... We don't get additional damage on the Chosen Flagellant from any of these casts at the moment. Yeah, it definitely could have been worse. Get him, Conduit Slayer! Channel Song will draw, like, nothing if I'm using the Awoken Hollow correctly. Luna, Cycle Stuff. While I am cycling reasonably commonly, the damage the Luna Cycle Staff offers is very low, but if I play it early enough, eventually... It's just, I feel like maximum it ends up getting to like 20 damage in this run, because I'm not really focusing on Moon Cycle as a priority. Shard Channeler, spikes on friendly units deal 1 additional damage per stack. Not relevant when I'm not really scaling spikes. It's Luna Cycle Stuff or nothing, and I'm leaning towards nothing. I could take Channel Song right now, but in the ideal future, it's useless. The Luna Cycle Staff would end up going on someone like the Husk Hermit, who really just needs, like, quick, so, like, it doesn't even solve their main problem. I'll take Channel Song. Yeah, okay, this helps support having taken Channel Song. I don't want another Rejuvenate trigger unit, but Animus of Will would certainly be a really good Really good investment for that bottom line. Really good target for a lot of the Awoken holocasts. So if I went capacity here, I would have the... Oh, would I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, maybe I want to go energy, just... don't even need the Husk Hermit and Ardoun sweep in the same... In the same fight. That's not the plan. I want draw and I want capacity. Iron Tongue is just a plan for scaling Ardoun's conduit. Give me draw first then. Merchant of Steel with a Woken banner next to it is nice, but I'm not currently looking into supporting a second line, especially because it didn't take energy right there. Let's check out the Celestial Alcove. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck, resist cost 0. I mean, that's Boiler Room right now, which... Nothing wrong with getting Boiler Room in the opening hand. Oh! That's a problem, isn't it? Worthy Sacrifice doesn't really want to go on any of these troops. Like, I guess I can throw many lives on Awoken Hollow, literally just as a, like, keep it alive in case. Fecundity. No. I mean, Fecundity gives me the ability to get summoned a second Awoken Hollow, and both of them are small. And then the second one would also summon another unit from the deck, so maybe in the future, but let's start with many lives. Total misplay. 1-0-0, so you want me to go right, left, left. Merchant of Steel... Maybe. Immediately into a Merchant of Arms. And then a second Merchant of Arms. Yeah, sorry, bud. I'm not completing that quest. I'm not just, like, dunking 2 rows in a line. For no good reason. Hierophant. On Incant, apply armor 2 to friendly units. Silent units gain +1 damage as well. Admittedly, we are going to be incanting on your floor a decent amount of the time, but at the moment, I really, really, really do want to focus on getting your Mage Blade number higher, because that's also going to increase your individual damage number from all the conduit you have. And are going to get... Non-boss enemies restore 150 health if they move up a floor. That is threatening. Because these Scarred Sentinels are going to get pretty tough. Defeat them quickly or risk losing to attrition. So the damage of Ardoun is never going to scale in this fight, ideally, because we have the Iron Tongue managing things instead. I could just throw the Iron Tongue on the Animus of Will. The only problem is Ardoun, your whole thing is based around scaling off of that. Set up on the mid floor. I feel pretty threatened by Heaven's Seal. I think the Animus of Will can get it to a large enough damage number soon enough for it to be okay. I hope that's true. I really want this money. Ardoun, Animus of Will behind, then Woken Hole in front line. Summons just spears to you at the back. Great. God, Ardoun loses all of that damage. All of that damage, really. Why don't I just Iron Tongue the Animus of Will instead? So much damage. Can I truly afford to drop that much damage from Ardoun and still win? The Rejuvenate scaling from the Awoken Hollow will be very nice. I can't rely on that at all. I gotta go Iron Tongue on the Animus of Will. Yeah, Vicious Axe Thrower dies by the time it gets to the second floor anyway from Jackstrip, so we're okay. Let's drop a couple Moon Readies. Yeah, I'll Channel Song up Spear Steward, top and on the top floor. So yeah, imagine you were doing 3 damage 3 times, doesn't do any damage, and Ardun's doing 30. The Scarred Sentinel just wanders right past us without the rest of the Restoration Detonation hit. I'm gonna purposely heal before the Restoration Detonation. This is so that Ardun gets the Slay. If I had used the full Restoration Detonation, I just would have exploded the Scarred Sentinel. Let's drop Dominion's Eye, and then single Starstruck manages the bottom line. The Wildwood Sap. Ridiculous energy and draw every turn. Boiler Room and Pyre of Entropy. They've just always got my back. Don't need to worry too much about Ajax here. In fact, he could be really helpful. Yeah, please just sap my units enough that I get the kill on the right target, please. Oh. First one was slain correctly. Dang. Lunacy. Phase X times, apply 1x conduit. We currently don't benefit from phasing. Ascend a unit, apply spell weakness 2. The spell weakness 2 doesn't really have that much impact, but the ascending could be reasonable. Glittering Draft, Conduit 4, and restore 20 health. I mean, the Awoken Hollow pretty much always wants that, and then it just increases the effect of the phase blessings after that. I'll take it. Awakening Thicket. It's not bad. It's a lot of health. A lot of health. Decent Rejuvenate triggers. The increased draw, both of these draw 3 next turn. Invigorating Solution does it immediately. Preserve Thorns gives you 3 sting spells, and then those 3 sting spells draw you an additional card next turn. But the thing is, I'm going to be drawing 10 cards a turn very soon. Oh. I don't want to ever talk about it. Don't make fun of me. I wanted the draw now, and that's legitimate. Shut up. Shut up. Obviously, I shouldn't have taken the draw relic. I have Pyre of Entropy. Alas, we did that. So, whatever. Let's move on. I'm not trying to hide a mistake as much as I'm just not trying to focus on it. Awakening Thicket. I have 1 Rejuvenate trigger. I could get a second Awoken Hollow. That'd be pretty fun. Just Drop out a couple of Woken Hollows on the same floor. Waking Thick. No. No. No, all of that was a bad idea. Give me the money. Merchant of Steel. Obviously, Animus of Will has some really good upgrades to hit. Husk Hermit as well, because there is a world where... I guess Quick on Animus of Will would then give me the ability to give it the Iron Tongue. Merchant of Magic for a dupe. Obviously, Awoken Hollow is still a pretty reasonable dupe target in the deck. Sadly, Dualism is irrelevant to all of these. In terms of the equipment they hold, also irrelevant. Yikes. Smidgestone? I'm leaning towards full reroll here. Like, I don't think I have enough value in these. There's Quick and Multi-Strike 1, great. Because we have the Iron Tongue in the deck, I think actually Husk Hermit doesn't make any sense anymore. I can just make Animus of Will do that job. Actually, hang on. Let's look at the Awoken unit. Animus of Speed. It's a more relevant pull than the Husk Hermit. Give you just straight up plus 14. I'm gonna remove another card from the deck, get a Shield Steward out of here. Channel Song is now officially out of time as well. Yeah, it's gotta be Merchant Trinkets in the next area. I definitely can't afford to start going to the left. Alright, let's get into this fight. Double boss enemy side multi-strike should be completely okay. Can't imagine a reason it wouldn't be. Alright. Now here's the part where I have to quickly confess that it is a day later than I recorded the rest of the run, so I gotta get a little bit familiar with this deck again. Yes, Ardun. I was originally giving you the Iron Tongue so that you get as much sweep as possible, but at this point, I think it's just Animus of Will's going to be holding that instead. Unholy Alliances, Savage Attackers, protected by Dominion support mean you'll need to be aggressive to win. Yeah, so I do want the quick of it all. Oh. We don't summon that guy until the floor is full, because he summons another guy. So Ardun still will want to be on this line. There you are. Nice. Currently it's Animus of Will that's slaying the fallen Executioner. So let's go for as much additional healing as I can get on Awoken Hollow. Without using Restoration Detonation, which would immediately kill the fallen Executioner. And prevent us from gaining Permanent Conduit Slay. What's more? I'll song up an Animus of Speed, throw you on the top floor. There we go, all's right with the world, just in case anyone gets past this bottom. managed to burn the calcified ember now. Really shouldn't need to do too much more, so we'll get rid of the vengeful shards now. Giant phase blessing armor. And the top floor more than comfy to catch the rest of the Ascenders. Just in case, I'll give a little bit of armor to the next lines. It's never going to be relevant, though. Get him, Animus! Oh! Yay! Anton gets the slay as well. Ooh. Moonglaive? Give Maidblade 3 to a target. When you've got Conjure 25 already on the floor, that's just 75 additional damage for a unit. Pretty good. Yup. Edge Prior. Healing and regen spells on this floor cost -1. Given that energy is not a problem for us, I don't think I need that, but it could restore, or could reduce the cost of the restores. Being the thing that I randomly summon out of the deck after I take out the Spear Steward. Alternatively, I guess I could get the Animus on the second floor, the Animus' speed that is, and then descend it with a Restoring Retreat, overstack the bottom floor. Biggest danger is one large unit getting past me. I'm not very good at taking them out after they get off that bottom floor. Alright, give me the Edge Briar. The deployable Iron Tongue is a huge part of our strategy. I don't think I'm really going to make another deployable weapon, so let's head to the Merchant of Trinkets. A lot of Moon Cycle related stuff, but I don't think I have anyone who really benefits from it appropriately. Restore 10 health to the lowest friendly health unit on Moon Cycle. Very rarely will that be relevant, because the Edge Briar will usually be healed by it. This has to target someone. Does this have to target someone who's damaged? If I have a 1 health unit, will that always be healed? Is it restore to the unit that is missing the most health? Or is it the lowest health? Because if it's the lowest health, it will always target Edge Briar the entire time. Moonstone, end the turn on full moon at +10 to your spells. Honestly, not super relevant. Neither is the Lunar Lantern. I'm gonna take the roll here. Way better. Scepter. First time each turn, you heal a friendly unit. Draw 1. Great. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1. Gives us the ability to play nothing additionally that I wasn't able already. And Versatile Emberstar. When you play 3 different kinds of card in a turn, draw 1, gain 1. Also remove 2 from the deck. This is going to be a Spear Steward, so now we will be getting the Edge Briar as our summon. And the Moon Rituals are quite low impacts. I think I can cut one. Really hoping to get more than just 2 relics from there, but that's okay. Strixen Hallow, gaining on Revenge and Siphon. Wildwood Sap for free. Restore for free. Oh. Big Restoration Detonation. 155 damage against Strix. Restore for free again. Happily dropping Moon Ritual. I think Pyre Shards probably goes down on the board as well at this point. Do I Channel Song to Fish? Yeah. I'll Channel Song to Fish for the Animus of Will. Sorry, of Speed, rather. Play you, play a Vengeful Shard, then Husk Hermit. One last Restore. Could have been a lot worse. I think I'm gonna have to Starstruck Hallow in order to prevent just immediately losing our units there. Having 2 units both with high damage is preferable. So I'll give Moonlit Glaive to Awoken Hollow. There's your Glittering Draft as well. I don't need to use Silver Strike here. Animus of Speed, you're not going to see someone for another couple of turns at least, so you may as well use your ability. Yeah, with no healing really gotten from it on this floor, it's going to be difficult for me to justify playing the Husk Hermits. Additional costs here. That's it. That should be pretty okay. Hey, I can even daze you again this turn. Yeah, I'll do it. Keep the chump alive. Hell, I'll even let you do a Husk Hermit full Restoration Detonation. Yeah, I think between these Phase Blessings, we've got more than enough health to be okay. Just barely managed to keep the next line alive. By 1 HP. 72 damage on Hallow at this point. Okay, well, that's fine. I get to keep you alive on 1 HP. There we go. All I have to do is daze him. Although I really should have taken the opportunity to attack an additional time there. They're not actually going to go to the next floor. They're going to try to go to the next floor and then come back down to this floor, so let's just focus on all of those heals. Welcome back to the bottom line. I missed you too. I mean, Vertigo was just incredible record. That'll do him. That'll do him in easily. Oh, it's gonna be another draw relic, right? Obviously not going to do that. The Ritual Tome, I will say, Awoken Rail Spike. A lot of the time, with the amount of energy that I generate, I end a turn with enough energy to draw a whole new hand. Also, lowering the cost of Vengeful Shards, very appealing. Wildwood Tome, giving Quick to a unit, also pretty good in a world where I could give Arduin both Quick as well as the Iron Tongue, so the Animus of Will can just scale its own damage. I mean, the Animus of Will could then also wield the Moonlit Glaive. That would work pretty well. Ritual Tome, more survivability on the bottom line. Keep the Awoken Hollow alive. There's an argument for all of these. Which of them makes us more powerful than the rest? If I got intrinsic, I'd still probably put it on a phase blessing at this point. Let's take the Awoken. It's got to be energy, right? For the deployment phase. I don't really care about additional capacity for that bottom line. A little lamentable, though, that I only have one real available upgrade. Animus' speed upgraded somehow. I can go to a Merchant of Arms. I've got 2 more Ember than I had previously. I might be able to merge something into an Iron Tongue. Can't merge the Moonlit Glaive. Moonlit Glaive says increase your damage. Iron Tongue says your damage cannot be increased. A little bit of a nombo right there. No, I've already got my sweep strategy. I don't need an Inferno room. I've already got a Boiler room, and Stoic Letmal does not really tickle me. Dusk Mantle, not a bad thing to put on a frontline unit. Stasis Chamber, yeah, I guess I could Stasis Chamber the Edge Prior, because then you keep the benefit of the Edge Prior, but also by the end of combat, eventually the Edge Prior is just a very large unit. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll take these, thank you. I'm clearly not very sold on the idea, but look. I didn't come here to buy exactly what I chose. I came here to buy what they had. Yeah, I can't lose that much Pyre health. I'm so sorry. I'd love to be able to take the Unstable Shard, but I'm not literally choosing to lose the run for it. 25 additional health. Pretty good, pretty good. Start a battle, enemy units are pretty floor. That's okay, but I can't set up on top floors. Thankfully, I've got jack strips, which I probably would have mentioned this at the very start of the run. Exactly how useful it is for this specific challenge. So there's going to be the purified souls, shattered souls. What are they called? Anyway, they're going to ascend, and then they're immediately going to die to the piercing damage of the jack strips. So I don't even have to worry about setting up for them. Will. Done. Can sustain double curses, make it. Yeah, I definitely can't. It's not Iron Tongue for Ardun. Cool if it could be, but it's not. That's 60 damage on that floor. I just sacked that Husk Hermit. To be fair, though, that Husk Hermit is not going to help me in any way. Okay, that's 48 coming in. Oh no, it's only 36. Okay, I can change the math on that with just one Wildwood Sap, so I'll do that. Dominion's Eye, and I don't need to play both Vengeful Shards. I will play at least one, though. I'm looking to clear space out of hands. You can have Stasis Crystal. I guess Moonlit Glaive now just goes directly on top of Ardun, which does help you collect this Slay, so... Workaround Spike draws 4, reduces their cost. Unfortunately, one of them is the channel song that now can't be used for anything. Yeah, I found Gladiator's gonna be a bit annoying, unfortunately. Yeah, two 500 health enemies would be pretty nightmarish for me as well. Very glad that I got a lot of healing in this deck. Getting pretty tense. So that about Gladiator hits me twice, 18 damage. This one, these ones won't get to the top line. Okay, so I'll be fine against Rax. I will lose some HP, but not enough for it to really be too much of a difference. Nothing I can do about that one. So that's going to be another 3 hits. And then I get to fight the boss. Yeah, having this equipment spaced out in this... I didn't think about how the Moonlit Glaive's only viable target would be Ardun after everything else I'd done. And that's certainly... It's not how I wanted it to be. At this point, I am very, very glad to have taken the usual 25 higher health elsewhere. So with 66 health on the Animus's speed, since Cultivate gives the same amount of health as it does damage, you gained 50, 58, which means you would have 50. Oh, sorry, no, you gained 58, which means you'd have 58 additional damage, which takes you all the way up to 71. So you wouldn't be sweeping. But I do think that getting a different unit to do that sweep then enables you to use your multi-strike to help take down the enemy big lines. And those do exist in Savagery, unfortunately. God, that's going to be such an annoying fight. Let's get there. Wildwood's Custodian, entirely unnecessary. Higher Grow, I'll take, because I draw so many cards that it doesn't actually have a downside. This is difficult. I have to find a way to get busted very quickly. I guess, like, instead of putting Ardun on... No, Ardun's pretty important on the bottom line, I think. It's literally the only big damage. It's out on the Descend. Starting to feel like Capacity may have been the correct option, or even that Descent that I chose not to take. Like, Animus's speed on the bottom line with it having Iron Tongue, like, that makes some sense as well. But then you don't have the ability, because you don't have enough multi-strike, to actually be able to take down the chosen Ragewing Assassins. It's gonna have to be related to spells here, I think. +1 damage per stack of spikes, not especially important. First time it becomes full moon each turn, gain 1 energy, not relevant in the world where we have a ridiculous amount of energy already. On the turn off the deployment phase, summon a random unit to your deck, eating space. That's also not going to help us. On equipment phase, draw a equipment card from your deck. Deployment phase rather, and reduce its cost rather by 0. Reduce its cost to 0. Never mind, I can't read. It's one of those. In and amongst those words I just said, one of them is correct, and it is your job to figure out which. Let's get Awoken Rail Spike just a +2 and non-consume. That is certainly that is pushing in the direction of bust that I'm looking for. Thank you. Hold over. Hold up. I wonder if Holdover Starstruck is the choice. It would be Holdover double stack the Starstruck so that I have the ability to apply days 2 each turn. It's pretty good. In terms of removing cards from the deck, I mean, 1 more Moon Ritual, 1 more of the Restores. After a certain point, the Restores don't really mean anything. Let's get Silver Strike out. And finally, Channel Song. It's not useful anymore. Last up, +10 magic power for Phase Blessing. Yeah, I'm not very confident going into this, actually. Well, at least we're capable of doing things against the Chosen Assassin. There's Starstruck. Drop Dominion's Eye from this hand. Then Glittering Draft. Restore. That's a Blight. That's a Blight. Both of them Blights. Yeah. Sadly, the other one was also a Blight. I was really hoping I had a Scourge, but Scourges only come from the enemy. Blights come from your deck. Go. Drop some days. Having that in the first hand is nice. Means I'll be able to use it every turn. Looks like Wildwood Sap's actually really good on this next floor right now. The fact that I'm already regularly leaking units certainly doesn't fill me with confidence. Oh, that melee weakness was reapplied. That'll be enough to keep you. God, damage on Animus. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd take you 4 to take down the frontline target, and then by the time you manage to do that, we'd end up having to lose the rest of the Ragewing Assassins. I feel like I do have to change Animus of Will here, though. Because if I don't, I'm just not gonna be killing these targets. How many waves of Terrifying Amalgams just going up to the top can I really take? Really? Melee weakness. Yeah, that's happening. Oh, I mean, if you're out of the woods, I think I can try and commit to this turn. Give me the Awoken Railspike hard draw. Nice. I'm looking for the Phase Blessing, so. Very happy hit right there. And that gets enough damage for the Terrifying Amalgam in the front to go down as well. Okay. It's nice to be off of the off-ramp here. Definitely can't let that Chosen Assassin attack. Ground Spike draws a full hand for us again. And again, I'll take the opportunity to make sure that I have some health on my backline target so I don't have to worry, just in case a Ragewind comes through and gets real angry at us. This one's still dazed, so the Chosen Assassin gets taken down on the next floor. Just keep dazing that boss. Okay, got a Moon Ritual in hand. Oh no, but I don't. Didn't play Starstruck. Got it. Oops. That's okay. I don't have too many cards. It'll come back soon. Huge Awoken Railspike. All of the Vengeful Shards are 0 cost in this deck now. That's another Starstruck for you. You can survive a Ragewing Chosen now, attacking through us as well. Beautiful. There's that big Starstruck for 0 cost, I think. Is the whole deck 0 cost at this point? Oh, it's got to be now. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The fully 0 cost deck. There we go. Yeah, 100% in retrospect. Like, the only way I was getting out of that fight was by making that choice. That is to say, to equip Mage Blade over the top of the sweep I previously had. Although it then also did require getting the Phase Blessing at the right time so that I could keep the backline units alive. Anything could have gone very slightly wrong in the worst time there and just taken us out. There's many, many other versions of this run that we do that fight and then we are done. That is the end of our run, unfortunately. So I'm very happy with how that one went. This one, you usually don't need much more damage, so... You usually don't need much more damage than the, whatchamacallit fight. Ring 7. Great to be able to not hold back on the Restoration Detonation on turn 1, just do 300 damage to the enemy. Pretty cool. Oh, so much armor. Unfortunately, because I didn't kill anyone on the bottom line last turn, Woken Rail Spike is going to be a little bit pitiful, as it only draws 4 cards here. The second line gets cleared, to be expected. Actually, if I just straight up murk the Chosen Assassin at the moment, I think I then do the Moonlit Glaive swap here as well. Because there's only like... I think there's only one Chosen Assassin wave in this fight that we actually have to worry about, so I think we might be solved on that. You can be dazed, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll daze you. Yeah, they don't really get to hit me that much, so I'm pretty happy to outpace them. Oh, actually, the only one hitting me here is Entropy? No? Someone survives long enough to do some damage. But very little somehow. Sure, I'll daze you for another 2 turns just so that I don't have to take 10 damage on each of the... or 5 damage on each of the next 2 resolution phases. Oh, literally the only difference in damage is whether or not I have New Moon up. So it's just damage coming in from Entropy, I think. Yeah, it's just Entropy. There you go. If it's not going to daze, I will hit the top line. This one's already set 2 days. So we'll just go straight for Savagery with that one. Getting a turn to just freely hit Entropy is the real problem at the moment. I'm going to pop out the Edgebriar just to deal some more damage to Entropy this round, as well as next round, because we will be pushing through Savagery. And this one, I think at this point, is a foregone conclusion. We're going to win. I think kind of since the end of the Rax fight, it's been a little like that. The Savagery fight also at the very end could have gotten a bit dicier, I guess. Oh no, it could have been really bad in the Savagery fight. Okay, as soon as we beat the Savagery fight, it was pretty obvious that the rest of the run was going to go okay. Come on, let's work back to getting that 0-cost deck. Woof. Yeah, it's probably at the very least going to take until Savagery gets back for another wave to push through him. This'll do it. Alrighty there. This'll do it. I'll even daze you on your way out, buddy. Oh, and we hit Starstruck with the cost reduction as well. I don't think this really made the full difference. Just having the holdover Starstruck. Maybe if I was up against Corruption, Seraph, stopping the doubling every turn, as well as stopping the Corruption application to the back line, might have been much more relevant in that fight. Still, it's not like it was a bad card. Saved us probably 15 waves. Probably saved us like 30 damage in this fight. That's not bad. Victory. Despite taking a draw relic. There should be a stat for most draw relics taken while you have the Pyre of Entropy. And I would get my increase right now. current best, 1. Battleborn Conduit gained 45. I mean, the previous run I wasn't focusing on it literally at all. In this run, for a couple of fights at the very least, I was trying to maximize it entirely. But it became pretty clear that pretty quickly there's another unit that really needs to be wielding that weapon at the right time. And, importantly, to stop wielding that weapon at the right time as well. That'll continue the streak for the moment, but we'll probably head back into the Dimensional Portal next time. Until then, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content till the game path for us in the future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past the names of the supporters so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody plays at or above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Tristan.